Right, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GreatMillStone that rule impeccably well. And Shalom to the Akim that's pushing his truth in sincerity across the four winds. Just want to get into a video going into three scriptures in particular. I want to speak on the carnal versus the spiritual, man, right? Because in this truth, it's very important to be of a spiritual mindset, man, right? And not of a carnal mindset. And now, I apply that according to, things pertaining to, fleshly lust, and also pertaining onto, your state of mind, right? Because to understand, many of the circumstances that's going to be presented to you in this truth, you're going to have to apply a spiritual mindset, man, right? You can't be carnal in this truth because not everything is carnal. Not everything is as it seems. Some things are very spiritual, man, and your state of mind and the way you carry yourself in this truth should always be pertaining to a spiritual accord. Now, this is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 41, and it reads, "Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation." Now, what's that temptation going to be in this time right now, man? One of those temptations is going to be the RFID chip, man, right? We may be subject to a decision whether we are going to take the RFID chip, right, which is the mark of the beast spoken of in the book of Revelations, or we are going to be, given a choice to actually not take that chip, man. Lord willing, if we be of the elect, right? We're going to given the choice to take the chip or to not take the chip, man. So we don't want to enter into that temptation, right? You want Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to be with you. And that's going to be you using your spiritual mind. But the carnal is going to be telling you, your body is going to be telling you, I'm hungry, right? If I don't take this chip, I'm not going to have any food to eat, right? If I don't take the chip, your woman, you might have children, she's going to make the kids take the chip, man. So you might be pressured into taking the chip because your woman took the chip and she's already chipped your kids. But you had to be faithful unto death, concerning Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man, right? By any means necessary, man, right? Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation, that the spirit indeed is willing, meaning your spirit will always know the right thing to do, man, right? Your spirit knows the right thing to do and what you're supposed to be doing, right? But the flesh is weak, man, because that carnal flesh, those thoughts that you have in your mind, your body is telling you that, no, you should do this, because your body is carnal. Your body is not spiritual, man. Your body, your spiritual, your fleshly body, Salakia, is not looking for the things that pertain unto your salvation, man. But your spirit, right, the spirit of this word that's in you is looking for salvation, man. Right? It's making those groanings unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, to get out of this kingdom, man. Right? But your fleshly body is telling you to be a failure, man. Your fleshly body is telling you to give up. Your fleshly body is telling you not to endure unto the end and be saved. Right? So that's why there's a constant battle between the flesh and between the spiritual, man. Between the carnal and between the spiritual. Right? And that's pretty much what it is, man. So that's why you got to pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that you can remain spiritual at all times, man. Right? You're obviously going to fall short sometimes because we are not perfected yet. We are not in our perfected state. That comes when our Lord Yahushua cracks those clouds, man, and we get beamed up and when we get transformed. But for now, we got to pray without ceasing that we can remain spiritual at all times, man, because this is a spiritual battle, man. It tells you in Ephesians that we fight against principalities, man. We're fighting against those forces of darkness, man. We have the elites putting all kind of curses upon us, right? Because they don't want us to make it. They don't want us to preach this gospel, man. So they're sending those curses. They're sending the demons, They might be giving you ailments. They might be making you sick at times. But the Lord, ultimately, if you stay faithful, he's going to have your back, man. Right? And he ain't going to give Satan the power to do what he hasn't given the order to do, man. Because this is not about Satan having free will. Satan is under the command of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Right? So he can't do anything that the Lord hasn't told him to do, man. And the Lord ain't gonna give you nothing that's above your weight, man, above your pay grade that you can't handle. Right? That's just how it goes, man. Right? Now this is 1 Peter's chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, "Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul," man. Right? So we're supposed to abstain from fleshly lusts that war against the soul, man. So there goes that battle again. That battle against the carnal and the battle against the spiritual, man. Right? We're supposed to abstain from those fleshly lusts. Now, those fleshly lusts can come in many shapes and forms, man. That can come in the form of, sexual. That can come in the form of your woman, right? That can come in the form of people you knew in the world. That can become in the form of something you used to do in the world, like smoking weed or, taking drugs or wherever your niche was in the world, wherever your demons were in the world that you're trying to get rid of when you come into this truth. Those can be like fleshly lusts, man, that you could slip back into, man. You're supposed to abstain from them and stay on the righteous path, man, right? Stay in this pure doctrine, man. Stay in this refined word, right? That's what we're supposed to be staying on, man. That war against your soul, man, because it's warring against your soul. Because, again, your soul knows the right thing to do, man, right? Because you got this word, you've been reading scriptures, you pretty much know right from wrong, right? So you got it engrafted in you now. But to keep it perfectly is not going to be possible in this kingdom, man. Right? But to the best of our abilities, like it tells you in the book of in Judges, we rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, man. We rehearse because we can't do it perfectly in this system, man. Right? So we got to be mindful of the carnal, man. Because these heathens are carnal, man. Right? These heathens are carnal individuals, man. Because they weren't given the Lord. They weren't given the law. Right? These heathens weren't given the law, especially the so-called white man, the prime of the heathen. He was not given the law. He is a pure, impulsive being, man. Esau will do anything, man. These so-called white people will do anything because they're the Edomites that the Bible speak of, right? That's why they do anything that feels good. Anything that feels good to an Edomite or a heathen, pretty much they're going to do it. They're not going to think twice about it, man, right? That's why you see them doing all kinds of manner of wickedness because they have no fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai either. They have no fear and they have no law that they go by. So they're pure impulsive individuals, man. They act upon whatever comes in their head, and if it can be done, they'll do it. Right? That's the way of a heathen, man. And you got many of our people out there, right? 2/3 of our people that have got that same mindset. That same mindset, man. And that's why they're not gonna make it either, man. Right? They're gonna be cut down, man. Right? Because they didn't want to listen to the gospel. They didn't want to accept this truth, right? That the Lord bestowed upon them from using his men, the prophets of the Lord, man. They didn't want to come to terms with that truth and face it, right? And face their current condition in this society. They wanted to live a lie, man. And they wanted to live like Esau and enjoy the riches and the treasures of this world. That's why the scriptures say, lay not your treasures on earth, man. Right? You got to lay your treasures in heaven, man. Right? That's where you're going to get that interest, man. That's where you're going to get those gains, man. You ain't going to get no gains and no interest here, man, from following the ways of this world. Right? Now, this is last scripture I want to get into. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 6. And it says, "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace," man. So to be carnally minded is death, man. If you're thinking all the time with a carnal mind and you're not thinking with your spiritual eye, then you're going on to death, man. Right? You're going to lead yourself into a dark ditch and you ain't going to make it. You have to be spiritual, man, in this truth. Spiritual things happen among brothers, man. We get spiritual signs from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He pulls out those blessings of understanding, man. He might give you a sign. He might connect the dots in a certain situation where you have to be spiritual to even know that the Lord is doing that, man. But if you're carnal, things like that is going to go over your head, man. And you're going to think the Lord ain't dealing with you, or, it's just because you ain't got the mindset, right? You ain't got the mindset to see what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is doing because you haven't grafted yourself into this word, right? Now, verse 7, because it says, "Because the carnal mind is enmity with the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be." right? So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh. Because you can't please Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai if you carnal, if you fleshly, man, if you ain't spiritual, man. Right? But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the spirit of the power dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of this, man. So that's why it's very important to be spiritual-minded individual in this gospel, man. Right? That's going to lead you onto salvation, Lord willing, man. You know? But I'll cut it off there, man. We're done.